Hockey champion. Here live from St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. I'm your host, Chris Abbott, and I will be with you all day, all night here. And I'd like to welcome everyone back who was with us yesterday, especially all my fans in Great Britain who have been very supportive and have put a lot of pressure on for the remainder of the event. And so we've got Great Britain here in their second game of the tournament after coming off a hard loss to Randy Cannon and the Cayman Islands yesterday. And they'll be facing Armenia, who is in their first game of the competition. Great Britain will go back to Graham Arnett in their net. Our net's in our net. And we're ready to go here for game number 4 of the B pool action. The Great Britain women's team have started the wave early. They are pumped and ready to go. Great Britain will start with the line of Bliss, and Donahue. Fan favorite Johnny Tulip starts on the right point, and Tulip will be joined by his D partner, Carl Graham. Armenia on the puck, on the ball early. Johnny Tulip takes a hard smack in the corner. And away come the Brits. Bliss. Back for Graham. Graham with the ball now attacking the floor. Bliss is run off the puck by Tapauzian for Armenia. A quick shot. Cleared out to the blue line, but no further. Donahue on the ball. Attacking number 8 for Armenia, Uramian. And Ben Bliss is back to break up the play. Great Britain hemmed in their own zone for the first minute 5 of this game. Looking to get a little more offense than they could muster yesterday, and that one's flipped down, stopped by the Armenian keeper. We're not sure who's in net. He's wearing number 17, and by our count, number 17 is a forward. So unless they're employing the Mighty Duck strategy, we're not sure who they are. Great Britain gets a change in. Ashfield, Morrison, Ellard. A very dangerous line. Morrison with Great Britain's only goal yesterday after being stopped repeatedly by Randy Cannon in the Cayman Islands net. Here's Ashfield. Ashfield with the shot, tip, and a save by the Armenian keeper. 1 minute, 43 seconds gone here in the first period of this game between Great Britain and Armenia. Draw scrambled. And a penalty right off the draw. That's going to be an interference call on the Armenian center. And Great Britain will go to their first power play of the game. That penalty's to number 10, Gabby Masakian. And he'll go off for 2 or less for interference here. Ashfield, Ellard, Morrison remain on for Great Britain. Wood on the point. And that cross crease pass is broken up and sent the length of the floor. And Great Britain will retreat. Looking for the quick up. Here come the Brits. That's number 9. That's Corlett. Corlett sends it in deep for Ashfield. Ashfield hard on the forecheck. He'll be looking for Morrison, who likes to hang on to that puck. The ball, excuse me. Here's Corlett, normally playing D, in on the forecheck. Back for Elder, the forward who plays the point on the power play. And his shot is blocked and sent wide. Here's Corlett. Corlett on the ball. Back around to Morrison, looking for Ashfield in front. Morrison walks, holds, back for Elder to shot, and a big save by the Armenian keeper. Great ball control by the Brits here early. This power play is exactly what the doctor ordered after being hemmed in their own zone to start the game. And we'll come back with the two Bliss boys and Mick Donahue on the points for the second half of the power play. We've got Carl Graham and the world's most famous ball hockey player, Johnny Tulip. Draw one by Stuart Bliss. Back to the point. Graham with the shot just wide. Graham picks up his own rebound, sends it in for Ben Bliss. Ben Bliss for Donahue, and he can't connect. And that sent the length of the floor. And back to retrieve is Johnny Tulip. Tulip sends it wide for Bliss. Bliss back for Tulip. Tulip, little backhand pass for Donahue. And Donahue brings the ball in deep. Donahue loses the handle. And that's sent out, but not all the way, as Graham keeps it in. Turned over. Back for Graham. In for Tulip. One-timer. And that is a mile wide. Back on the ball is Bliss. Bliss sends it in for Bliss. Stewart for Ben. Tulip wide open, calling for that ball. Wants to keep his fan club happy. There's Bliss with a shot, and that's hit the crossbar and sends over the net. Stuart Bliss on the ball. There's Donahue. Donahue for Stuart Bliss. Stuart Bliss. Tulip sneaking in from the point. Bliss sends it in. And the penalty is now over for Armenia. Player back on the ice. He walks. Bliss denied. Sent around. Tulip thinks about pinching. Thinks against it. And away they come. The Armenians turn the ball over, but the end of a very long shift for the two Bliss. And Donahue. And Stuart Bliss sends it just wide of the Armenian keeper, who is a very large man down there in net. And that sent the length of the floor. And that will be whistled for icing. 4 minutes, 17 seconds gone here in the first period. Great Britain holding the shot advantage 5-0. And we'll line up for the faceoff. It'll be Leafy Dixon. And he's joined by Tom Cole, Ali Cree. And that'll be a high stick as Cree knocks it down. Sent wide again. Dumped in by number 9, Abrahamian. Ball into the corner. Battle ensues. Walks out, and there'll be a penalty to Great Britain. That's number 23, Mitch Davis, pulling down his man, and he'll sit for hooking. So after an unsuccessful power play for the Brits, back come the Armenians, and they'll get their first power play opportunity of the game. Folks, you can reach us here via email in the booth, 2013wbhc@gmail.com, and we'll do our best to get back to you. Simon Bloods let us know that the Johnny Tulip fan club growing in numbers, and we're more than happy to keep promoting the Johnny Tulip fan club. Johnny talked to me before the game, promised me a jersey, but I don't know if I can trust him. And away comes Morrison. Morrison works it in deep. He's got Ellard in front. Morrison for Ellard. Number 27 there for the Armenians. Hit with a high stick, no call. And away he comes. The hulking 27 for Armenia. Sends it rink wide. Armenia controls on the wall. Sent out. Shot by Avedsixian. Stopped by Arnott. The ball goes up. It's bouncing around in there. A shot through traffic, and Arnott makes a huge save. And that'll be sent the length of the floor. Great Britain will get in a change. Great Britain defending from the blue line here. Oh, and Stuart Bliss picks off that pass. We've got a one-on-one developing. Ben Bliss hurrying to make it a 2-on-1. There's Bliss for Bliss. He scores! How blissful is that? Ben Bliss buries the feed from Stu Bliss, and we've got a short-handed marker for the Great Britons. And that sends the capacity crowd in Section A into a frenzy. 1-0, Great Britain with the lead over Armenia. 9 minutes to play, and they get that short-handed marker. Great Britain looking to ride the momentum off that goal. Stuart Bliss again on the forecheck, looking for a turnover. And the Brits will go down 2 men, as Carl Graham takes an undisciplined penalty away from the play. And Armenia will have a 2-man advantage for 21 seconds. Graham whistled for slashing. Got in a bit of a jousting match, and the referee takes 1. So with 8:45 to play here in the first, Great Britain holding a 1-0 advantage. Armenia will go to the power play for 20 seconds on a 5-on-3. Yeremian sends it across. Don't know who designed the Armenian jerseys with the white numbers on the white background, but makes it a little hard to see. Back to the point. First penalty about to expire. Here's Yeremian. Yeremian sends it wide. The shot, and that's wide of the net. Ellard jumps off the bench on the penalty kill, and he clears it out. Ellard and Morrison looking to break away here. The Brits looking to be very aggressive on their penalty kill here today. Great Britain felt like they had a good game last night. Stoned by the very dangerous Randy. And it's sent away. Here's Ellard. Chips in deep. And all the way back. 1 minute left in the penalty to Carl Graham. Wood back to retrieve it. He's bumped off the ball. Sent out front at 26 with a shot. Number 26, Abanian. And Armenia sets up again. Sent back to the point for Kabenian. One-time shot through traffic. Arnett's there for it, but that one's just shot wide. Sent out in front again. The one-timer, shot tip, and a big save by Graham Arnett. And he'll keep this at a 1-0 game. 35 seconds remain in the power play. Face off to the left of Arnett. Play stopped as the ball goes out of play. Stewart and Ben Bliss on the PK here for the Great Britain team. Shot just wide of the net. Corlett back to retrieve. Corlett loses the battle. Ball comes in front. Stuart Bliss turns it over by throwing it to the point. Here's 22, Topausian. He'll shoot through a traffic. It's a rebound off Johnny Tulip. Tulip can't clear. To the point. That's 81. That's Kabenian. In for 22. Johnny Tulip with the clear, and that's knocked down. Tulip loses his balance, but a great defensive play getting back to cover by Ben Bliss. That's chipped in deep behind the Great Britain net. 6.5 to play here in the first period. Armenia with the pressure here now off the power play, gaining momentum. Forward goes down. We got a 3-on-2 developing. Here's Donahue. Donahue stops short, turns it over. Armenians get away maybe with a too many men call there. At least the Great Britain team certainly thought so on the bench. Sulakian after that ball. Sulakian working hard with Wood. Here's Morrison. Morrison goes down in the corner. Picks himself up. Morrison. Ashfield in the slot all alone. He shoots, and a huge save by the Armenian keeper. Ashfield had him going to the right, tried to go back, and just off that big white pad down there in net, off the Armenian keeper, and we do not know his name, folks, and I apologize. The rosters we're given do not match up with the jerseys. Here's Davis. Davis off a set of shin pads, and he wins that battle. Back in for Ellard. Ellard for Morrison. Morrison will hang on to that ball all day. Walks to the middle for Eller. Backdoor feed. So close. Great eyes by Morrison to see his winger backdoor. Just chipped up and over there. Leafy Dixon with another shift. He's out with Atkin and Harwood. A rare shift for these guys. They're matched up with Corlett and Davis on the blue line. Leafy with the give and go. Here they come. It's Harwood. Harwood hard on the forecheck. Back around. Corlett's going to keep this one in at the blue line. Wood, the lone man back for Great Britain. And that's turned the other way, and here they come on a 2-on-1. It's a 2-on-1. The Armenians tried to make the blue line play, and as he did, his winger had to slow up. Back they come again the other way. It's Atkin. Atkin with Dixon driving. Harwood high. Defender all over Atkin. And a simple size mismatch there as Atkin comes out the loser on that. Armenians recover. That's 81. That's Kabenian. He spent a lot of time on the floor here early. 4.5 minutes to go in the first period. It's Sulakian. Sulakian. He's in on the ball. And that comes back around for Wood, who'll settle things down. Carl Wood, the steady defender. Wood brings the ball up the floor. Dixon's line. Not getting many shifts, so they decide to stay on for 2 or 3 minutes. And now they finally get off the ice, where Bliss, and Donahue will stay out. And that's a big save by Arnett down there. Bodies everywhere in the crease. Away come Great Britain. There's Donahue. Donahue for Ben Bliss. Ben Bliss, the Great Britain goal scorer, carries the ball deep. Donahue drives. Back for Stu. For Ben. For Donahue. Where's the ball? It's loose down there. Donahue ends up on the keeper. And we'll have a crease violation. That face-off will come outside the blue line. Shots here, folks, 8-7 with 3:43 remaining in the first period. We'll get to a couple of emails here. Patrick Hagg, the unknown Armenian goalie, should be referred to as Roman Turek until further information on his identity is known. Roman Turek, I believe, of Czech descent, potentially with Armenian passports. We're not sure about his past, but so it is. The Armenian keeper, Roman Turek, run over in the net. No offense to Torbay and Mount Pearl, but when are we having the World Ball Hockey Championships in Bermuda or the Cayman Islands? And Rick Ryan, I certainly believe with you, and I hope they bring me along for that. Well, shout out from Paul Robinson. Thanks again, Paul, for getting back to us. An email from Sivan Apanian. Just like to make a shout out to my boys representing Armenia. So we got fans from both sides here taking part in the broadcast. Bliss causes another turnover. Stuart Bliss, a turnover machine here. And away come the Armenians. The Armenians, a very big squad. Very big men. Speed, not quite their game. But they are very physical, and they get in on the forecheck well. Away comes Morrison. The nifty Chris Morrison sends it wide for Ellard. Ashfield lurking dangerously in front. Ball comes back in around to Morrison again. Morrison on the forecheck. Stuff play for Ellard, and Ashfield is hammered from behind into the net. And that is certainly going to draw two. Ashfield not too happy about it. He's getting up, sticks going, gloves going. And as I mentioned, this big Armenian team not afraid to play physical. Number 8, Mike Uramian, will head off for a dangerous hit. can't be classified as anything else, as Ashfield is hammered headlong into the upright on the net. Seems no worse for wear, though. He'll probably have a few words going past the penalty box. I don't know if the Armenians and the Brits are communicating very well out there, but those dirty looks only come in one language, folks. Anyhow, the Brits back to the power play with exactly 2 minutes left in the first period. And nobody's surprised to see the two Bliss boys with Mick Donahue out there potentially looking to get another assist. Donahue. Corlett and Wood, the steady right-handed shots on the point. And Stuart Bliss with a clean draw. Wood sends it, and Turek can't find the ball. And he covers up. Back shot goes wide from Carl Graham. Back for Arnett. Arnett sends it up for Graham. Graham, as the Brits look to gain the blue line. Graham with a little chip in, and there goes Donahue. Donahue's on that one, and he's hammered in the corner by the Armenian defender, Ibrahimian. Back around. Bliss sends it out for Graham. Graham fires, and that's tipped just wide. Ben Bliss on that. Johnny Tulip calling for the ball at the point. Over for Graham. The shot tipped just over the net, and the Armenian defender tips that one wide. That was a Vedasian sent to the other end of the floor. 1:06 remains in both the period and the penalty here. As the Brits attack again, it's Stuart Bliss. Sends it back for Graham. Graham looking to let go of that bomb. They were offside there. Still haven't been able to gain the blue line. And away goes Armenia. 45 seconds to play in the first. Here's Graham. Graham for Ben Bliss. Ben chips it, and he's alone. Ben Bliss got a step on the defender. Back for Stewart. He shoots. Save, rebound, save. And Roman Turek in the Armenian net will hang on. And we have a roughing penalty. It's getting rough down here. Donahue. The Brits would have had a two-man advantage, and Donahue takes the retaliation penalty. And again, a couple of selfish penalties we've seen today on discipline. But things are heating up here between Great Britain and Armenia. And I, for one, absolutely love it. 33 seconds to play here. And we'll have 5-on-4 action. As those penalties will be coincidental. 33 seconds remain. It's Morrison, Ashfield, and Ellard. No worse for the wear after being drilled into the net is Ashfield. Corlett moves up as a forward on the power play, and Ellard back on the point. Here's Morrison. With 20 seconds remaining, Morrison to Ashfield. Backdoor for Corlett. He can't get there. Here's Ellard. Ellard looking for Wood. Ellard across for Wood. Wood. Here's Ashfield in the slot shot. Tipped and sends over with 4.4 seconds remaining in the first. Great game going here so far, folks. Great Britain still with a 1-0 lead. Scramble off the draw, and that'll do it for both the penalty and the period. After one period of play here, it's Great Britain 1, Armenia 0. We'll be right back, folks, with our first intermission guest. Stay right with us. All right, folks, we're back here with our first intermission guest. If you didn't have enough of him yesterday, he's back again. From Great Britain, the injured Richie Worrell. Richie, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
How have things been since I saw you last?
Well, you've certainly made Johnny Tulip very, very popular.
So, Johnny, obviously been made aware of the Johnny Tulip fan club that started last night.
That thing is huge. Like, we're talking, he's going to be like David. He's a David Beckham of ball hockey. He's pretty much, yeah.
We'll leave that where it is then. Yeah. But, well, Richie, we're happy that this thing is kind of taken off. We have a bit of fun with it, and obviously the Twitter and the emails and the interaction between the fans and the players is great.
Yeah, oh, well, the fans back home are amazing. These guys aren't just fans. Like, they play back for the local teams at home, and they really are what's making the sport, like, big back home. I mean, without those guys, we would be going backwards in terms of how the sport's heading. But with all these guys, like, getting on Twitter, the players, they love it. They live and breathe ball hockey. Yeah. And that's just what's pushing us. So the players are really grateful for everything that's going on.
Oh, that's really awesome. Well, you know, as an outsider looking in and the newly minted president of the Johnny Tulip fan club, I'm very proud to be part of it as well. That's a big
responsibility. I mean,
it is. I don't know.
You're going to have press, you know, ringing you 24/7. I mean,
I didn't know if there was supposed to be an election. I just kind of claimed it, but I think I'm the founder. Maybe the creator, not so much the founder, but anyhow.
I mean, it's something for the CV, so.
I feel pretty good. Anyway, we're having a bit of fun with it. So, Richie, better first period today?
Yeah, well, I think we're a lot more used to the court. I mean, these Armenian guys have probably been playing on these North American courts all season. They'll be used to the size of it, the flooring, whereas back home we don't have any. We have like one or two facilities which are, in terms of like similar to this standard. So it took a while, but now we're playing to our full potential.
I think right from the net all the way out, I think it's been a better effort so far for you guys.
Definitely. I mean, this is the strongest Great Britain squad we've ever had. I mean, really. I mean, we're expecting big things from these guys, and they're just starting to build up momentum. And
that's a good point, I guess. In tournaments like this, you want to start wherever you start. You just want to make sure you get better every game and don't take a step back.
I mean, every shift, from the first shift to the first game, every shift since then, we've just got better and better. And we're just going to keep getting better and better. It's just such a strong, positive squad. It's only going up.
Absolutely. And Richie, before I let you go, I'd be remiss if I didn't note that you might have some wedding plans in your future. Is there something I saw there on the Twitter there today?
Yeah, mostly. Now we met some lovely. Is it Newfoundland? I say.
Newfoundland, that's good.
We met some lovely Newfoundland ladies. Yeah.
And they took good care of you.
But a lot better care of the girls back home in England. I'm staying here.
You're staying. Well, there it is, folks. You have it. Richie Worrell staying here with us in Newfoundland. Thanks again for joining us, my man.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you again.
Quick thank you to everyone back home who's tweeting. All the guys from like the Deck Stars, the Sharks, the Nottingham Wolves, everyone in London, Sheffield Storm, everyone back home is tweeting. Just keep it up. We notice it and we really appreciate it, and we can't thank you enough.
Well, there you have it, folks. The boys really appreciate all the love you're sending them, so keep it up. I'm seeing it all come through on Twitter, and Great Britain is definitely the most active in terms of fan support and friend support from back home. So really happy to see it, and congratulations to everyone who's taken part in this. And even though you're 3.5 hours away by time zone, you're right here with us. So thanks very much.
All right, cheers, man.
Thanks, Richie.
Thanks very much.
All right. All right, and we're back, ready to start the second period. Again, thanks to Richie Worrell for coming in and joining us there, and feel like we're old friends. Anyhow, back to retrieve the ball. Johnny Tulip, the only player with a fan club in this tournament as far as we know. Tulip steps out from behind the net, surveys the situation. Here's Tulip out of the zone. Tulip sends it wide. To Morrison. Morrison to Ashfield, who has a step on the defender. Ashfield steps in, hits Morrison coming late. Ellard scores! Scott Ellard from Jay Ashfield and Chris Morrison. 2-0 Great Britain. And what a way to start a period. Richie talked to us in the intermission. You want to build, you want to build. Things teams want to do in terms of building is having good starts to periods. And there it is, 31 seconds in. Great Britain takes a 2-0 lead. Chip deep, Tulip back to retrieve. On him is Nazarian. Nazarian and Tulip meet in the corner. Nazarian and Tulip. Two types of flowers I think you can buy. Nazarians. Remember, folks, get your girlfriend a dozen Nazarians for her next occasion. Tulip. Over for Graham. Graham surveys the floor, sends it deep, and that'll go for icing. In the meantime, folks, we no longer have to call the goaltender, Roman Turek. The goalie's name is Jacques Arushian. Jacques Arushian. So it's Jacques Arushian and not Roman Turek, just in case you were wondering. Jacques Arushian. Face off to the right of our net. Armenia with the face-off win and a shot just wide. Play goes into the corner, comes back around to Harwood. Harwood turns it over at the blue line. Shot blocked by Mitch Davis. Davis in a battle. Here's Harwood. Harwood, another turnover, and Dixon picks it up himself. Here comes Leafy Dixon, and he has a turnover. And coach is not going to be happy about all these turnovers. Speaking of which, here's another. And away comes 74, Tom Cole. Cole drops for Dixon. Dixon turns it over in the slot. Cole wins the battle to get it back. Sent across for Harwood. Harwood turns, sends it in front. Cole can't get it. Dixon looking for that, and it's taken out by the Armenians. Shot the length of the floor, but that's right on net. And our net will not cover it. A very nice play to move the ball. Although that's turned over. Over for Vartasarmian. Sent off the face mask of our net and out of play. We'll get back to the emails here. Lara sends a quick shout out to Team Armenia, watching the live stream all the way from Cyprus. That's pretty cool. Michelle Bliss, the Bliss family are watching from UK. Their boys Ben and Stewart and are very proud of them, and so you should be. Those guys are playing great. Rob Clayton, hey, can you give a shout out to my fellow gray-haired mates Mick Donahue and Carl Wood from the Silver Fox, Rob Clayton. So Rob, I guess the question is, why aren't you here playing, Rob? If they can still do it, why can't you? And that comes down the floor. Bliss with the shot. Saved by Arushian. There is a note here from the Johnny Tulip fan club, and they do approve of my promotion to president, so I believe that's been seconded, motion carried. Simon is shocked that Richie met more ladies. Must be a charmer. And guys, thanks for keeping in touch. It's a lot of fun for us over here on this side of the pond, and all you guys in Great Britain and people calling in, writing in from Cyprus. How fantastic is that? Turnover at the blue. Armenia with a shot. Big save by our net off number 94, Ari Merkin. And a big battle ensues in the corner. And that's Corlett. And he'll come up with the ball. Corlett rims it around for Ben Bliss. Ben looks to chip it ahead to brother Stu. Back for Wood, who turns it over. Shot wide, Donahue. A little late to the party there. Armenia controlling the ball now with a bit of offense. Nice move there by Uramian. Uramian, couple of nice moves, walks to the slot, shoots, he scores! What a goal by big Mike Uramian, and he makes this a game. Uramian puts it on his shoulders, walks in, snaps one past our net, and I don't care who you are net going to be able to stop that one. So 2-1 here is the score at the Glacier with 3 minutes and 12 seconds gone here in the second period. And a bit more life on the Armenian bench. Attacking again is Great Britain. Morrison with a nice move. Morrison walks to the slot, finds a guy back door, and they can't put it past Arushian. And Ashfield, hands on his head after not being able to put that one away. And folks, we have some breaking news here in the announce booth. We've got an email from John Tulip Sr. John Tulip Sr. writes, "Hey, it's Johnny Tulip parents watching online. You're doing a great job with the commentary. There's a lot of support for Team Great Britain and Johnny. I hope Richie and Johnny come home after the competition, after all the attention they are getting from those Newfoundland ladies. I hope, sorry over there. I hope that they make it home. I got you. Don't worry, Tulips. We're sending Johnny home. He's the next David Beckham after all." Big hit in the corner there. We're going to have a penalty called. We've got a body checking penalty coming up to the Armenians. It's number 18, Armin Papazian. And Great Britain going to go to the power play, and it's a good time for this because Armenia has been putting on the pressure. Got a shout out from Maria for Tro Apanian, number 26 from Team Armenia. Well, thanks for writing in, Maria. We certainly appreciate that. Great Britain on the power play here. Donahue in front looking for a feed. It's turned over and Armenia will break away. It's number 10. It's Gabi Masakian, and he sends it deep. Great Britain sends it wide. Here's Graham. Graham on the ball. Flips it deep into the corner for Bliss. Bliss back for Graham and a shot, a fake shot. Then he walks into it. Hits Stu Bliss, who picks it up, knocks it out of the air. Great hand-eye coordination. Ben Bliss for Donahue. Here's Donahue holding on to the ball. Johnny Tulip calling for it, but he sends it for Graham instead. Shot by Graham, deflected just wide. Ben Bliss working hard in the corner. He may be small, but he's not afraid. Back for Tulip. Tulip for Graham. Loads up the one-timer. Shot and a big save by Arushian. And it's in the net. It is in the net. It squeaks through the pads of Jacques Arushian. And it looks like it's Ben or Stuart Bliss. I'm not sure. I see Mick Donahue down there begging for an assist from the official. Not sure if he's going to get it. Either way, it's 3-1 for Great Britain with that power play goal. Got a email from Creekor in Montreal, cheering for Armenia. Thanks very much. Lorraine Ellard, Alberta, home of Scott. Love your biggest fan club. Your parents know there is no Scott Ellard fan club. I'm sorry to the Mr. and Mrs. Ellard. There's just a Johnny Tulip fan club. Thanks for trying, though, Ellards, and thanks for watching. And the play back into the Great Britain zone. Harwood on the blue line. Harwood with the chip, and away they come. Here's Harwood looking for Atkin. Dixon coming in late. Oh, and they're offside. Harwood just a step ahead of Atkin on that rush. 8:48 to play here in the second period. Shot 17-11 in favor of Great Britain, and they lead the game 3-1. And the ball goes deep into the corner. Picked up by Wood. Carl Wood sends it around and turns it over. In front, a shot, and a big save by Arnett off the stick of Sulakian. And back come Great Britain. That sent the length of the ice. Ashfield going to try and chase that down. but that's going to go for icing, and all that effort is for naught. Folks, you wouldn't see me run that fast after something unless it was a cheeseburger. But Ashfield tries to chase that one down, can't get there. Deep in the zone. Carl Wood sends it around. And away comes Morrison. Slows down, sizes up the situation. Ahead for Ellard. Ellard stops, sees Wood in the slot, pass, one-timer shot, rebound, Ashfield driving the net. And boy, oh boy, Jay Ashfield not afraid to get his nose dirty. Finds himself on top of Jacques Arushian for the second or third time this game. Jacques going to be asking Jay to buy him dinner if he's going to get that close to him all the time. Back come the two Bliss boys with Mick Donahue, Carl Graham, and Johnny Tulip. Tulip with a great read to keep that in, and it goes to Donahue, also known as the grandfather, we're told. That's a terrible nickname. And away comes Armenia. Graham with the little chip, hand pass back for Graham by Ben Bliss, and a little brain cramp there is that's not allowed unless you're in your own zone. And we have a fun fact that's come in from the Johnny Tulip fan club. Johnny Tulip, the only natural balding guy to make the under-20 Great Britain squad last year. And that comes from Keno and Stu. And there's a reason for that, guys. That's because if they had to go play in America, then Johnny would be able to buy the beer. And that's just simple. Away comes Armenia. Armenia working their way out of the zone. Graham steps up with a nice chip. And back comes the prematurely balding Johnny Tulip. It's okay, Johnny, I have the same issue. There's Donahue. Back for Graham, back for Tulip. Tulip with a feed, he turns it over. Ben Bliss with a nice chip to brother Stu. Stewart looking in for Ben. Ben back for Stu. Oh, and these guys just know where each other are all the time. Fantastic effort by the Bliss family there. And on the ball is Granddaddy Donahue. He turns it over into the corner. Chipped out. Johnny Tulip steps up. Makes a pinch, keeps the ball in. Great Britain controlling the play now. Back they come. It's Donahue. Captain Donahue. And he's looking for a change. Ashfield Tulip with another pinch. Very aggressive defensive play by Johnny Tulip as that one's knuckled in on Arnett. Arnett holds on for a whistle. As Tulip and Graham have been out there for a long time, and they're certainly going to appreciate that change. I mentioned it yesterday in the broadcast. In the second period, it's very, very difficult for defenders to get to the benches here at that very, very long change. So oftentimes the goaltenders will make sure to get them a break and will sacrifice the end zone face-off to get their guys off the ice. Face off. Jay Ashfield wins it back. Wood rims it around. Morrison can't hold on. Here's Ashfield battling again with the much larger Mike Uremian, maybe one of the most thickly built men in this tournament. Uremian has the goal for the Armenians. And that'll go for icing. A few roster notes for the Great Britain team. We're told that they aren't here with their full complement of players. as there's a gentleman, Michael Dunn, who apparently has been faking an injury. Not sure what the reason is. He's looking for some attention, we're told. So Michael, if you are hurt, too bad. If you're faking it, you got to get over it. And maybe people will just start to like you for who you are. Anyway, back for Corlett at the blue line. Corlett sent in deep. Turns, fires, Ashfield. Turned away. Morrison is robbed by Jacques Arushian. Big save there. And if not for Arushian, this game could be out of hand, as shots are now 19-12 with 5:06 remaining in the second. And folks, I do want to take this time, and if you're an Armenian supporter, you might not understand what's going on if you weren't tuned in yesterday, but the Great Britain fans have just been fantastic in terms of their participation in the email and social media and really being involved in this tournament. So we're having a bit of fun with them here, and as they cheer on their team, and the boys are having a great time on the floor. Armenian, Yemian, up the floor. That'll go in for our net. Davis back to get it, and he's pursued by number 27. Away they come. Harwood runs into Cole, who picks it up, he scores! Tom Cole picks up the loose ball and chips it upstairs. And look at the reaction from the Great Britain crowd, the Great Britain bench. Tommy, obviously you're not supposed to score any goals for this team. Way to go. Tom Cole, not playing a lot, not getting a lot of time. Small in stature, but scores an absolutely massive goal here for Team Great Britain as they get out to a 4-1 lead. And if you're Armenia, that one hurts, because that was a simple play, just rolled to the goaltender and just snuck out under the pad. So that's always hard to take. Johnny Tulip breaks up the rush. And our net loses the handle on that one, but manages to tip it over the glass. Face off to the left of our net. That's chipped wide. Stuart Bliss again on the relentless forecheck. Bliss always in, breaking up the play. Finds Ben. A little bit wide for Donahue. Stuart Bliss in on the forecheck. 4 minutes to play here in the second period. Stuart Bliss in, battling hard. They're all tangled up in there. Oh, and they're still going down there. Wow. Hard work, and both of them will receive penalties for their efforts, and they're both probably going to need 2 minutes to get over that. The Armenian defender cracks off his stick in disgust, and that's the first stick we've seen go down here. Some heated words down on the floor. You got to like the fierce competitors. The competition coming out on these guys is just fantastic. Morrison on the ball. Morrison looking for a man. Wood sneaking in. Morrison tries to cut to the middle, and that's tipped out of play by big number 94, Ari Merkin, for the Armenians. As I mentioned, folks, these Armenians, big, mean-looking men, and that's putting it mildly. Here's Ashfield on the draw. Jay Ashfield loses the draw. Puck's into the corner. Here's Ellard. Big hack there on Ashfield. No call. He tries to send it out. It's tipped, and Wood will corral the ball. Sends it in for Graham. Graham for Corlett. And that's off the goaltender and out of play. 3:19 left here in the second period. In a good game we've got going here. Great Britain seem to have found their stride a bit in their second game of the tournament. And you can see the difference is Armenia has not played yet. And I'm told that I've said the name of Jacques Arushian correctly, so score one for me. The Armenians tried to sneak in a late change. Referee's not going to allow it. Face-off lost by Ashfield, sent the length of the floor. And we'll go back for a face-off with 3:13 remaining here in the second. Great Britain leading Armenia 4-1. We got an email here from Paul Robinson. And Paul wants to say a massive thanks to Coach Ali Cree and the massive amount of effort he's put in to help take ball hockey to the next level in the Northeast and ultimately Great Britain. And that's from Paul Robinson, affectionately known as Robbo. So, Ali, we know you're down on the floor, but congratulations, and your work's not going unnoticed here. Ashfield, hard on the ball. Ashfield, very hard worker. Second line center here for Great Britain. Here's Morrison. Tries the Granlund play. Not going to work. Ellard in front. Ashfield, and he's down again. Ashfield, down goes Corlett. Here's Morrison. Ashfield ready to fire. He's in the slot. He's covered. Ellard comes out. Backdoor play. Very creative, this line. Back for Ellard again. He shoots and a save. Rebound. Tries to bat it in out of the air. Can't do it as Ellard. No, Ellard, you're still not getting a fan club, but you're that much closer. Here's Morrison. Morrison, very nifty. Shot from Wood on the one-timer. Great Britain really dominating. Armenia needing a whistle here. Morrison behind the net, wearing number 99. Crowell with the shot. Corlett, Morrison out front, and Ellard tips it home. 5-1 Great Britain. How about Morrison and his creativity? What a line that the coaching staff has put together here for Great Britain. You got the hard work of Ashfield, the sweet hands of Morrison, and the finish of Ellard. 5-1 Great Britain lead here in the second. And just a dominant shift that time from Great Britain. About 2 minutes down in the zone, you knew it was going to result in a penalty or a goal. 5-1 now with 1:50 remaining on the clock. Back with the third/fourth line. I heard a loud commotion underneath for our broadcast position. And it's resulted in a body check and penalty. Unfortunately, folks, I can't see from where I am exactly what happened. It's going to be number 44, Ali Cree, who we were just praising for all his good work. Hammered somebody into the board, so Ali, my type of player. 1:41 remaining in the second period. 5-1 Great Britain leads Armenia. And Stuart Bliss again, breaking up the play as he's been doing all game. Stuart Bliss, a great first forechecker for this Great Britain team. Backing around for Carl Graham. Graham flicks it back up the boards for Bliss, and that one goes out of play. 1:24 remaining here in the second. Face off to the left of Graham Arnett in the Great Britain goal. Stuart Bliss on the draw. Back to the point. Shot tipped wide by number 9. It is Ibrahimian. Ibrahimian on the ball. He sends it in front. Nice backhand pass there by Merkin. Merkin, oh, and a huge glove save by Arnett, who picks that one out of the air on the chip. And Johnny Tulip getting into it down there with Ari Merkin. And Johnny, you might be barking up the wrong tree, picking on the biggest guy in the division. But that's just the kind of guy Johnny Tulip is, folks. He's not afraid to go up against the big man. Shot and a save by Arnett. Rebound save by Arnett. Merkin throwing a punch down there. I don't think the referee saw that. A big Merkin, 94, throwing his weight around. And here come the reinforcements for the Brits. Get Johnny off there before he gets hurt. Oh, my God. Out to the slot. Hacked away. Here's Ellard. Ellard trying to get it deep. Morrison cheating a bit on the PK. And Morrison takes an elbow. And the referee saw that one. Elbow dished out by Avedisian. Avedisian not having it. He's throwing the elbow around like it's no big deal. 39 seconds remaining here in the power play, or excuse me, in the period. Great Britain trying to kill some time off of their penalty. And 72, Avedisian called for the elbow, and that was pretty evident. 32.6 to play here. 5-1 lead for Great Britain. Morrison remains on the ice with Ellard. Morrison, Ellard, Corlett, and Wood. And here's the tricky Morrison. Leads the rush away on Great Britain again. Ball knocked off his stick by Toposian. And I apologize to the Armenian fans as I butcher your family names over and over. Away comes Armenia. 10 seconds remaining. Sent out wide for Apanian. Sent in front. Harmlessly wide. And that'll do it for the second period here from the Glacier. Armenian team playing a little bit rough. They're down 5-1, looking to get that physical edge. And now, folks, we'll be right back with our second intermission guest from Team Armenia. So we're back with Gabby Misakian.
Misakian, that's right. That's close enough.
Misakian?
That's right.
That was pretty close.
Very.
For the captain
Very.
for the Armenian squad. And Gabby, what are your thoughts in the first couple of periods here in your first game of this tournament?
It's pretty much what we did expect. It's a fast game, transition game. Teams that have good endurance, good skill. We did watch Great Britain play yesterday. We were aware that they are well stacked. A lot of players, good team. But we're getting a good feel for the game. We had a little bit of bad luck, bad bounces, penalties, but we'll adjust.
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
Yeah, well, it's your first game out. They're
Right.
second.
Right.
So, they're kind of in the same situation you guys, or I guess they're in the situation they were in yesterday. But so, Gabby, we talked to some of the non-traditional hockey countries that come through.
Right.
Any of your guys actually coming here from Armenia, or are you guys mostly based in Canada?
We are, as a first team, as a foundation pouring nation this year, and from Canada. We joined the World Association, the federation actually, in late November of last year. Our application was accepted. With a limited budget, limited time, we didn't get a chance to visit our home nation, other European countries, to recruit Armenian players.
Yes.
But we have been in touch with the Armenian nation, the Ice Hockey Federation there, different cities in the US, in South America, to promote the sport within the next 2 years and be ready for Switzerland.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know the Israel guys are in here with the same kind of idea. What gave you the idea to go for this?
Actually, one of our players was with Team Canada, Mike, who actually scored our goal. He was a member of Team Canada. We're good friends with Tony Yanito, who's the general manager of Canada. We actually know George Gorch is the president from Toronto.
Yes.
And years ago, we did play at national levels. Our teams locally based in Montreal, we were aware of the World Federation. And why not? Why not put our nation into it and compete against the world's best, meet some great people?
No, absolutely, and it's great to see. One quick question before I let you go.
Yeah.
First time in St. John's?
First time in St. John's.
What do you think?
People are great here. Honestly, it's a little cold. We do come from Montreal. It's not the warmest of climates, but a little chilly. But wonderful people, very helpful. You guys have been great thus far, and we look forward to the next 5 days.
That's great. Yeah, that's what we always say about our weather. You can't have it all. So we've got a lot. We just don't have all the weather. But thanks again,
Great.
Gabby, for joining
Thank
us,
you.
and good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate your time. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Back here for the start of the third period. 5-1, Great Britain leads. Emails just pouring in over the wire, and folks, I'd love to get to them all. It's just a little bit tough right now, but you can be assured I'm seeing every single one that comes in. Oh, wait, comes Donahue. And they're offside, and with that whistle, we'll get back to the laptop here. We're glad you guys are having a good time listening in. We're having a lot of fun doing it here. Big shout out for Team Great Britain from Team Mum, Scotland branch, Roscoe, and all your fans here in Scotland. Great Britain, 40 seconds remain on the power play. Graham winds up, fakes it in for Ben Bliss. Bliss for Donahue, back for Ben Bliss. Bliss creeping, shooting, scoring! Ben Bliss walks in off the side and buries it. And of course, Johnny Tulip on the floor. He might have been 300 feet away, but he played a massive part in that goal. And the Johnny Tulip fan club will be happy for that. And there's Donahue again, looking for assists. Watch him going over. Look at that. Donahue, you're the captain. Mick, look, here he comes. Watch him right. Look. He just said it, folks. He said, I get an assist on that one. Unbelievable. This guy's your captain. Here's Ashfield again. Ashfield drops for Ellard, who shoots. Ellard already with 2 goals, looking for his third. Morrison on the ball. 6-1 lead here now for Great Britain. Maybe Richie Worrell is right. Maybe this is the best squad they've ever put together. Shot, another one off the beak of Arnott. Wood forcing the issue down low. These Armenians are not going to like getting beat 6-1, folks, and they are going to fight to the very end. 13-15 remain in the third period. Battles ensuing in the corner. Wow. Very rough play. They say there's no contact in this sport. Well, I tend to disagree. And there's going to be an icing call here against Great Britain as the ball slowly makes its way down the floor. Now we're just getting foolish on the email. A further shout out for showing commitment for growing a playoff beard. I don't know about that. We've got an email from the injury faker, Michael Dunn. Loving your commentary, even though I got burned. You need to come to the UK so we can get you commentating a tournament. This has to happen. Keep up the good work. Well, guys, I am available, and I'm pretty cheap as far as buying people goes. So, shot off our net, couple of hacks in front. We're gonna have another penalty. Michael, the only caveat for me coming over there, we're gonna have to get you to playing. You're gonna have to get back off that injury. Put down the Xbox controller maybe, and then we'll see. But appreciate the invite. Thanks a lot. So with 12:39 to play in the third, Great Britain with a 6-1 lead. There's some offsetting slashing minors, I believe they were, and Arnett pounces on that. Quick look behind him, wasn't sure where it was. Draws a laugh from the crowd. Another shot and another save by Arnett. And folks, especially those watching in Great Britain, the women's division will get underway tomorrow. The Great Britain women's team's been here supporting their guys the last 2 days. They will play tomorrow, 2:30 local time against the host Canadians. So that should be a good one here at the Glacier, and yours truly will be on the call for that game as well. Ball goes up high. Here's Tommy Cole. We're told renegotiated his contract in the second intermission after scoring. Tom's mom also wrote in, said, I told you you'd be able to do something with your life, Tom. And here they come. Here's Leafy. He's looking for the pass. And Harwood sends that to the net harmlessly. Leafy Dixon all over it. And that'll go for icing as Davis hustles back. Oh. Just checking on the Twitter here. Lilo, someone needs to buy Chris a beer. I could not agree more with you, Lilo, and it's warm here in the Glacier today. That one sent the length of the rink again. 6-1 the score, 11:39 remain. Great Britain out shooting Armenia 6-1, out shooting Armenia 24-15. Ben Bliss on the draw. That's rimmed around. Here's Carl Graham pinching off on the blue line, taking his man. Bliss picks that up. Sent in deep for his brother Stu. Stu on the forecheck. And there's a lob play. The Armenians seem content just to ice the ball for the next 11 minutes. We could be here for a while. But I think the wind has certainly gone out of the Armenian sails, and they realize they got to come back for another one tomorrow. They want to get through this one, put it to bed. Very similar situation Great Britain was in yesterday. Getting used to the floor, getting used to the arena, getting used to the tournament. Great Britain settled in, and so we focus in on Johnny Tulip there, who has been the breakout star of this event. He is in a tie with Team Israel for media darling of the tournament. Away comes number 27 for Armenia. And Wood knocks that away, and back comes Ben Bliss. Ben, pass knocked down. He picks it back up. Stu comes up with it. And the Armenians get it away. It's Yervant Nazarian. And he sends it back. Back for Nazarian. He turns it over. Ashfield all over the floor tonight. What a great game by Ashfield. As we're joined by Canadian Ball Hockey President Shelley Callahan. Shelley, how's everything going here so far, day 2 of the event? Happy to have you here, running around the glacier, doing all kinds of work for us. What's your take on things so far?
Well, Chris, my first take is you're doing an awesome job at this. Thanks so much. Ball hockey's been great. Lots of excitement in the stands. Certainly the women are coming out to support the guys. The guys saying they're coming out to support the women. Ball hockey's great. Really enjoying everything.
And, of course, the Canadian team, the Canadians men's team, out with a big victory last night. Obviously, from a home team perspective, you've got to like that. But the coaching and management staff of Team Canada put in a lot of work to get to this point. And just speak to those guys for a little bit and how much time and effort they've put in.
Absolutely. So Tony Iannito, the coach, has put in an incredible amount of work. There's Jason Biani, Ian Moores, Mike Schwegart. They've just put in such an incredible amount of work. All their training staff, the team itself has just been practicing like crazy. I must say that they didn't get much of a rest before they started. But, it's really incredible watching that program and the women's program. Chris Pellerin and all of her staff have done a great job with the women's program, too. We can't wait for that to get started tomorrow.
Absolutely, as the Great Britain women's team are having a great time over there in Section A. Well, Shelley, thanks very much for joining us, and we'll get you back on the broadcast throughout the week.
You're welcome, Chris.
Okay, thanks so much. Here we go again. Big former Team Canada player, as we found out, Mike Uramian, leading this Armenian team as he buries Ben Bliss in front of the net. We'd like to thank Shelley for coming on here so we get another look at Johnny Tulip. They're playing his song here on the PA system, Bad Boys, What You Gonna Do? This Johnny Tulip's on the ice. On the puck is Donahue. On the ball, across for Graham. Graham with some space. Graham lets it fly, and that's off Uramian. Mike Uramian, the goal scorer for Armenia, with a little chip. Johnny Tulip back to take care of this, though. Johnny Tulip, so graceful down there as he prances around the floor, picking up the ball with a great outlet pass to Stu Bliss. Back come the Armenians. It's number 81, Kabanian. Kabanian holds. He loses the ball. And we're going to have another penalty here. See Donahue heading to the box trying to get another assist. They might even give him a penalty this time. As you see Donahue chasing the referee around there. Carl Graham's gone for 2 minutes, and we'll play 4-on-4. 8:29 remaining in the third period. Away comes Great Britain. Ellard turns it over. Some choppy play here now as they run out the clock. Arnett kicks that one aside. 7 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. 4-on-4. Great Britain is content to take it easy. Arnett jumps on that with 1:02 remaining in the minor to Carl Graham. There'll be a face-off to the left of Graham Arnett in the Great Britain cage. We're told there's some up-and-coming Great Britain goaltenders out there. One particularly Ryan Bowen of the Nottingham Wolves, and the coaching staff tells us that Ryan will be able to play for the next team once he gets his 5-hole problem sorted out. So, Ryan, you might want to get us some goaltending instruction, and we'll see you next time around. We got an elbowing call coming up here too, Armenia. And the players will play 4-on-4 for another 55 seconds. Goaltending change for Great Britain as Liam Jacques has entered for the last 7 minutes of this game. Get some floor time, get Arnett a break. Jacques is noticeably smaller than Arnett, but those small guys are usually lightning fast, and we could see that there as he knocks down that clearing attempt. There's Tulip. Tulip for Graham, back for Tulip. There's Bliss. Great ball movement there by Bliss, and Mitch Davis. And away come the Armenians again. That's big, 94. Merkin. Here's Ashfield. Ashfield with the ball. Ashfield sends it wide to his buddy Morrison. Morrison looking back for Ashfield. No doubt they're trying to get Ellard his hat trick. Here's Wood. Wood sends it up for Ellard. Gains the blue. No, it doesn't gain the blue, says the referee. Now we're gone back past the red. And Ellard looking for a break here. Sends it wide for Morrison, who hits Corlett. Ellard with the big bomb here on the point. Turns, fires Corlett. Big save by Jacques Arushian. That'll be sent down the floor, and that will kill the remainder of the Armenian penalty. 5.5 minutes remain here in the third period as Great Britain will bring this one home. We've got a shout out here from a former Great Britain player, Vladimir Porupsky, and Vladimir wants to say hello to all his Great Britain teammates, especially those he played with in Bratislava and Slovakia, and Pilsen Czech Republic 09, Germany in 07. What a great improvement, and clearly, Vladimir, the team has improved because they didn't bring you this time. But thanks, Vladimir, for the note, and I'm sure you were a big part in building this program to where it is today, so I'm sure the guys will really appreciate that. Here's one from Jonathan Galloway, and we might pass this right along to Johnny Tulip's Twitter account. It's my chances of getting a signed game ball from Johnny Tulip, your number one fan, Jonah Galloway. Well, John, we'll do our best. Johnny's media requests are through the roof here this week, and we want him to focus on his performance. But we'll do what we can. Blown down on the delayed offside. Referee rules intentional. Face-off will go all the way back to the Great Britain zone. Andrew Ray from the West London Ball Hockey Club. Way to go, Scott. The West London Ball Hockey Club are pleased. My sons jumped out of bed when they heard you score. Well, Andrew, thanks for the note, and we'll pass that along to Scott if we do get the opportunity. And Martin Lang writes in, fantastic play by GB. Looking forward to scoring myself next year. Well, Martin, there is no tournament next year with this team, unless you're playing juniors, I suppose. But in 2 years' time, the tournament moves to Switzerland, and we'll see you guys then. 4 minutes remain here in the third. Ryan Davis taking a shift here for Great Britain. With Ali Cree, and these guys are on giving the big guns a rest. Also with Dixon and Cole. Offside is called. And 3:48 remains. As Great Britain is playing out the string on this one. And the Shaw Millionaires on Twitter shouting out their buddy Liam Jacques, who has gotten into the game here. There's Ben Bliss. Bliss looking for Donahue, and that's broken up by Uranium. Kept alive by Graham, in for Ben Bliss, who's been on the score sheet a couple of times. And Bliss turns it over and smacks his stick in disgust. Sent the length of the floor, and here's Johnny Tulip. Johnny Tulip. And let's just pause for a moment and bask in Johnny Tulip's glory for a moment. He shines bright. A tulip in full bloom, if you will. Captain McDonough will go for tripping. And yet another 4-on-4 for 13 seconds. And there go Donahue's chances at the Lady Bing Trophy here for the tournament. Here's Corlett. Corlett sends the ball back. Great Britain now shorthanded. And wisely sent down the floor. Ellard out on the PK with Morrison. .231 remaining here. And barring a disaster, Great Britain will improve to 1-1 in the tournament. Fired around by Wood. Shot wide. Tro-Opinion working very hard, even though the Armenians down 6-1. This one's been all Great Britain, folks. And away come the Armenians. 50 seconds left, the Donahue penalty. Collision behind the net. Graham comes up with the ball. Tries to clear and does. And back to retrieve is Mike Uramian. Big Mike Uramian. Probably the bright spot here for Armenia today. Johnny Tulip out. Defensively responsible. Johnny Tulip gets put out there for the last shift of the game. Have it no other way, obviously. Great Britain hollering for a too many men penalty. With a minute left, you might want to just let this one go, boys. And a great play there to chip that out of the zone by number 81, Carl Graham. Last minute of play here. Great Britain still leads 6-1. And that one's picked off. Sent ahead. Oh, very, very nice play there. Turnover, and Jacques with a huge save. Liam Jacques coming up huge. Another punch thrown by the Armenians. They're not afraid of it. Carl Graham sticking his nose in there. Johnny Tulip down the middle of it again. Johnny Tulip stirring up the pot once again here at the 2013 World Ball Hockey Championship. And the Great Britain women's team still having a dance over in Section A. .42 seconds remain. I think the best thing for both teams is this one's over. Don't want any chippy stuff here now, as the tournament's only going to progress. And smart play there by Morrison just to rag the ball. We'll move it forward. 27 seconds remain. Here's Corlett. Corlett looks wide. Corlett with the ball. Ellard goes down. Corlett in hard. 12 seconds remain. Ellard working hard for that hat trick. Still working hard. These Great Britain team. Here's Ellard, a shot. And that's off a defender. And that'll do it, folks. Our final is 6-1 Great Britain. All right, and we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our player of the game announcements. And we're here back for the player of the game announcements for Armenia. The goal scorer, number 8, Mike Uramian. I don't think Johnny's going to get the game player of the game today, but we'll see. Jay Ashfield, well-deserved player of the game. Hard work, couple of points. Very, very gritty. And now, folks, and all the Brits back home will line up for your anthem. And here it is. All right, folks, so that's it for this one. Great Britain, 6-1 victors over Team Armenia. Coming up in about 27 minutes, we have Bermuda versus Team Italy, which should be a great tilt. So stay tuned here, and I'll be back with you in about 27 minutes.